social distancing, self-isolation, it is challenging as it is, but I think it can be extremely difficult if you are single, all by yourself and feeling really alone. So in this video, I'll give you 5 things that I think will make this a bit better. So make sure that you stick all the way through. Hi, it's Ieva here. Welcome to my channel. Make sure that you subscribe for the best dating and relationship advice and hit the notification so you don't miss any of the future videos. I think this is a great time to reconnect with those that you truly love, because now you have more time on your hands. You know, you can do those things that maybe you didn't have the time, or maybe you simply didn't make the time for that. So reconnecting with that friend from school, maybe calling your auntie, even, you know, your siblings, your mom, maybe a friend from uni, from school, you know, all these people that you feel like, you know what, these people matter to me, but I've not made an effort to really connect with them because you've been so busy in, you know, everyday life doing all those things. So I think this is a great time to do that, and I wouldn't limit that just to the phone call. I would actually have a video call, like a FaceTime, a Skype or something, because it's very important, you know, that you see another face in front of you. You see the way they're mimicking, you see their facial expressions. Even if it's through the video, that's gonna really help you. Let me know in the comments, what is that one person that you can reconnect? I'd love to know that. Like this video if you're doing the self-isolation all by yourself and you are single. I don't know if you're a fan of Sex and the City. I've seen some of the episodes 3 times, maybe some of them 5 times. What I remembered the other day is the scene from Sex and the City where Samantha is, I think she got a cold or something, and she's feeling really bad, and she's saying how her life is worth nothing if you are single and if you are by yourselves.
It doesn't matter how much you have. If you don't have a guy who cares about you, it don't mean shit.
Oh, sweetie, calm down.
I'm not gonna lie, and I'll tell you the truth that this time is a bit difficult for me as well. I've been feeling quite alone recently. You see, I don't have much family around me. In fact, I only have a sister that's in the UK because I'm originally from Lithuania, so my family is all around the place. And the sister that I have in the UK, she's miles away, and I don't have any pets, any cats, dogs. I don't have a husband, so it's been a bit challenging. But there are a couple of things that I think you can do straight away. If you go on your Facebook, if you go on your Instagram, you will see that there are a lot of online communities that are getting together. So Zoom calls, Facebook groups, Facebook Lives, there are all kinds of interactive classes where you can connect with other people and you can even talk to them. So I would say maybe, you know, there is something that you wanted to do for a while, or maybe you want to brush up your any kind of skills that you can think of. I think this is a great time to do that. I've been meaning to do a book club for a really long time, and now I really want to start that. So make sure you follow me on my Instagram, it's just there, because I'll have a book club announcement. It's something that I've been meaning to do, so please make sure you follow me on Instagram, and so you can keep me accountable, because now I put the message out there. There's no way that I can take it back. So yeah, please help me by helping yourself. However, I also want to mention that you don't have to feel bad if you don't want to do any of those things, if you don't want to be productive, if you don't want to call people, if you don't want to join any classes, if you don't want to do any exercising, because I feel that everyone is dealing with this time in a different way. So the worst thing that you can do, you know, is turn on that inner shit talker, excuse my language, and just be really hard on yourself and say, oh, you know, I'm such a loser, I'm not doing any of those things. Please don't feel that you have to do that. It is difficult as it is already. So try to be as kind as you can for yourself. I've noticed a bit of a theme going on. I feel like before this social isolation time, I would maybe go on my Instagram or any other social media, and I would see the jet set babes. I would see people having fancy dinners, maybe while I'm just at home not doing much, and I would feel like, oh, how my life is not as exciting as those people's life. And what I see now is happening is couples doing TikTok dancing challenges. Is couples cooking together, is couples putting on social media what they're gonna watch. And if you are single and you're all by yourself, you might feel really bad about this because you're thinking, oh, I'm single, I'm by myself, there is no one that I can do those things together, it's just me. I'd like you to remind yourself that the grass looks always greener on the other side. And keep in mind that for those couples that are locked together for days, weeks, or we don't know how long it's gonna be, it can be really challenging because they're spending so much time together. And try to think, okay, what are the benefits? What are the good things? What are the things that I can really appreciate about me being by myself? So write down maybe even 3 things that you can think of that you are currently grateful for. Maybe one of those things could be that, what, I may be single and I'm all by myself, but the reason is for that, it's because I walked out of that relationship that was not so good for me. Share one thing with me in the comments, I'd love to know that, and others will share so you feel like you're not by yourself. And this leads me to the next one, which is you'll have a very strong urge to message your ex. And it's quite natural, because now you will maybe be feeling a bit upset and vulnerable, and you'll be feeling, oh, I'm not so sure if my ex was not the right person for me. Maybe I could reconnect with my ex. Maybe I could even start that relationship again. But before you do that, ask yourself these 3 questions. Why did you two break up? And this even could be the reason that this person broke up with you, or maybe you broke up. Well, what is the reason? Or maybe there were disagreements, you had all kinds of different values, you were going in circles and things were hurting you. I feel like sometimes when time passes by, especially if you are feeling a bit lonely, you might be just remembering positive things. So try to remember, what is the reason that you broke up? Can you be with that person if nothing changes? Maybe the reason that you broke up was because he was not showing up in the way that you wanted. He was not the man that you wanted. Maybe he was not present. He was very emotionally unavailable. Make sure that you check out the video on my channel. Can an emotional unavailable man fall in love? And the third question to ask yourself, can you handle going through all that again? And you experience that a breakup can be a very painful thing, and it takes a lot of time to recover from something like that. So now you already did all that work on yourself, you spend a lot of time without that person. Is it really worth reconnecting with that person and going backwards again? Is that really worth it? So just take a moment, and answer those questions before you reach out to your phone and before you message your ex. Once you answer those questions, what else can you do? How can you fight that urge? Because the reason I'm saying that, I think that urge, is very, very strong. In my book, Why Am I Still Single? I've included 37 things that queens do. I've been someone that was chasing unavailable men for many years, and I wish I had my little list of things that I could do instead of messaging him. If you do have my book, then make sure that you look at those 37 things that queens do, so it will be like a reference. If you don't have that, then make your own list, and it could be anything from having a little pamper session, calling your best friend, coloring, making a beautiful meal for yourself, doing your nails, it could be anything that you can think of. So focus on that instead of reaching out for something that may be not so good for you. Instead of reconnecting with your ex, what you could do is make new connections. Now, this one, I have to probably give a little bit of a warning. You can only do this step if you feel somehow stable within yourself. If you're feeling really lonely, extremely broken, and maybe even depressed, I don't think that this is the right step for you. I think it's better to reach out to a friend, to a family member, to a support group where you can connect with other people. But if you feel like, you know what, I think I can handle this, if you're not trying to numb something else, then I would suggest doing something like connecting with new guys and going on Tinder. I think this is a great thing to do, especially if during this time you realize that, you know what, maybe I have not put as much thought and energy into my love life as I wish I have. Maybe I concentrated on my career, on getting fancy things and getting fancy holidays instead of meeting someone that I really want to create my life together. I feel like if you feel quite good within yourself, then this is a great time to make those connections, because you'll have more time to talk and connect. It doesn't have to be so, like fast food kind of speed. Take your time and connect with people. I think it's a great time to meet someone new. Tell me in the comments, what is it one thing that you can do straight away to feel better and not to feel lonely? And like this video if you find it useful, and make sure that you subscribe and hit the notifications so you don't miss my next video where I'll tell you what to do, when that ghoster comes back, because I feel like now you'll have a lot of ghosts coming back. Thanks so much for watching, and always remember that you're worthy of love. See ya!